Hi, we are Team Tesla Could Never, and for our project, we were interested in exploring the rise of electric vehicles in California over the past decade. As of 2022, California accounts for 39% of EVs in the US, making it the state with the highest number of EVs on the road. Yet this rapid growth of EV adoption is only a more recent phenomenon. So why are we just now seeing a rise in the adoption of EVs in California? And what factors are associated with this recent rise in electric vehicles? To gain a more holistic understanding of this rise, we analyzed three public datasets that look into EV registrations, EV charging stations, and alternative fuel laws and incentives in California. Our viz starts in 1995, when the first EV charging station for public use was opened in Los Angeles County. In the following years, California counties began slowly opening up new charging stations. However, despite the modest number of EV charging stations available in California by 2008, this infrastructure of charging stations was not nearly extensive enough to allow for wide-scale EV adoption. Charging stations were simply not being built fast enough, mainly because there was no standardized inlet port for EVs. However, that would change in 2009, when a law was passed that mandated all EVs to be fitted with a standardized inlet port. The impact of this legislation took a bit of time to be seen, but in 2011, there was a sharp bump in the number of charging stations that opened in California. This increase would continue throughout the subsequent years, and by 2015, there were hundreds of charging stations across many counties in California. The increasing maturity of the charging station infrastructure in California, paired with the increase in EV-related incentives and legislation passed, laid the groundwork for an increase in the adoption of EVs. At this point, we switch focus to show the concurrent growth of EV adoption in California starting in 2010. From 2010 to 2015, we can see that there was modest but consistent growth in registrations for plug-in hybrids and fully electric vehicles. During this time period, we can see that the growth in registrations for these plug-in hybrids and electric vehicles is tightly coupled. From 2015 to 2018, car companies like Toyota, Nissan, and Chevrolet also diversified their fleet, introducing more fully electric vehicles. By 2018, we can see that electric cars, represented by the yellow line, slowly begins to decouple from the plug-in hybrids, represented by the red line. Between 2018 and 2021, fully electric vehicles really began to take off. Likewise, Tesla had established itself as a pioneer in the EV space, with the largest share of EV registrations in California. Our visualization then dives a bit deeper into Tesla's dominance in the electric vehicle space. Tesla was a key player in the EV sector since 2016, but quickly rose to the top when it launched the Model 3 in 2017. By 2019, the Tesla Model 3 became the preferred EV on the road in California. Zooming out a bit and looking at the entirety of the data that we covered, we can see that while charging stations and EV vehicles have been rising for over a decade now, large spikes in the adoption have only been seen in the past few years, and the growth of EVs in California does not seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Finally, the dashboard at the end of our viz lets us explore the data for ourselves to see how the adoption of plug-in hybrids and electric vehicles has changed over the years. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this overview of our EV visualization.